Jai Hind. Here is diagram showing parts of an eye and mechanism of vision. So this shape is eye shape, and the different parts of this eye are mentioned here. First one is ciliary body. This is ciliary muscles. So ciliary bodies is this one, upper and lower. These are ciliary body. What is ciliary body? The ciliary body itself continues forward to form a pigmented and opaque structure called the iris, which is the visible colored portion of the eye. This is ciliary body. Now this one is iris. At top and bottom both two are iris. So this iris, the light rays in visible wavelength focused on the retina through the cornea and lens generate potentials in rods and cones. So light coming from this side goes inside and it fall on this surface, and this surface is called retina. This surface is called retina, and this retina forms images. So you see there is retina. So retina means the inner layer in the retina. It contains three layers of cells from inside to outside: ganglion cells, bipolar cells, and photoreceptor cells. There are two types of photoreceptor cells, namely rods and cones. These cells contain the light sensitive protein called the photopigments. Next is lens. This middle part is lens. Outer transparent part is cornea, and behind the cornea there is anterior chamber and posterior chamber. Two chamber is there. Anterior chamber means front chamber, posterior chamber means inner chamber. So filled with aqueous humor. Anterior chamber and posterior chamber filled with aqueous humor. Now the eyeball contains a transparent crystalline lens which is held in place by ligaments attached to the ciliary body. In front of the lens, the aperture surrounded by the iris is called the pupil. The diameter of the pupil is regulated by the muscle fiber of iris. So, the diameter of the pupil, there is the pupil, this is iris, and there is pupil from which light enters. So, muscle fiber of iris muscle fiber regulate the pupil. This opening regulated by iris. Next is opsin plus retinol. Opsin plus retinol. So this is permeable of membrane changes, potential difference generated in photoreceptor cells, generation of action potential in gangliotic cell through bipolar cell. Next is sclera, external layer of eyeball composed of dense connective tissues. This is called sclera. And below the sclera there is choroid. The middle layer, choroid, contains many blood vessels and looks bluish in color. The choroid layer is thin over the posterior two-thirds of the eyeball, but it becomes thick in the anterior part to form the ciliary body. Next is retina. The inner layer is the retina, and it contains three layers of cells from inside to outside: ganglion cell, bipolar cell, and photoreceptor cells. There are two types of photoreceptor cells, namely rods and cones. These cells contain the light sensitive protein called the photopigments. There is a small behind the lens portion, and this is called macula lutea and fovea centralis. So what is fovea centralis? The fovea is a thinned out portion of the retina where only the cones are densely packed. It is the point where the visual activity or visual acuity is the greatest. So here is maximum of cone cells. So cone cells is maximum at fovea centralis. Now there is blind spot. Photoreceptor cells are not present at blind spots. So blind people born from the by birth blind people, their focus of lens light is on blind spot. Therefore this is genetic problem and they do not able to see in the next generation, next children, because light focus on the blind spot. Blind spot do not form images. Next is visual cortex area of the brain where neutral impulse are analyzed. In the middle there is red color blood vessels. There is the yellow color optic nerves. So optic nerves leave the eye and the retinal blood vessels enter it at a point medial to and slightly above the posterior pole of the eyeball. Next is retina. This is the all part in the top and bottom is called retina. The daylight of photopic vision and color vision are functions of cones and the twilight scotopic vision is the function of the rods. The rods contain a purplish red protein called rhodopsin or visual purple, which contains a derivative of vitamin A in the human eye. There are three types of cones which possess their own characteristics photopigments that respond to the red, green and blue light. So from red, green and blue light, many colors generated. The sensation of different colors are produced by various combination of these cones and their photopigments. When these cones are stimulated equally, a sensation of white light is produced. If red, green, three colors are red, green and blue. So if they are equal, the white light produced. So this is the function of eyes. Okay.